Well, good morning, guys. Another day here. It's Friday. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another trading session. And honestly, I really don't know if we will have something to do here, since we managed to do what I was expecting from the market. We delivered a lot of sell side already. I was observing the market. I tried to stay disciplined, to not take any action before 9:30. And honestly, it was quite difficult because I was expecting at least this sell side line here, Wednesday low, and it was already delivered. We are still right above Tuesday's low, and the majority of the sell side that we had in place to take for Friday's job is almost already done. It's a pre-market movement. So what do I expect from the market now? Oh, but first of all, I would like to apologize for yesterday's stream. because we here in Portugal we are facing some kind of a storm, and the internet connection got lost yesterday. So we are under heavy rain and under strong winds already as well. So that's why the stream got cut off suddenly without any prior warning. I noticed that the internet connection got unstable, and then a few seconds later, the stream just got cut off because my internet got cut off as well. So I apologize. I was talking to two subscribers, Jan and Gorilla, and the conversation got cut off in the middle. So I apologize for that. we might have the chance to talk a little bit today, or eventually the next week. So 9:30 just opened, I guess. Yes, we had a strong bullish opening with a 9:30 candle here. No, I mean it's here. This is the 9:30 open. We managed to displace to the upside some minutes before the open. So let's see what we will do now. We rejected a 1 hour for value gap here before 9:30. We are below 8:30 open, below midnight open. We still have relative equal highs here near Asia high, and right now I will observe for some minutes just to see what the market wants to do. This down leg is almost complete. I guess it may be complete already. We left Tuesday's low. We might go deeper, but honestly, I need some more minutes to decipher what the market wants to do here, since it's not quite easy to see what it wants to do right now. On NQ, we still have some major sell side liquidity points to purge. We stopped right at the 18th low, so I believe that we will probably dig deeper into that low, but I need price to give me some structure first to decide what it wants to do. On a 15-minute, we still have a fair value gap here, which is still open. Yeah. On NQ and on ES. So we will wait a bit here to see what the market wants to do. Not an easy read. The easy read was right before 9:30, right after 8:30. I was observing this dump here, and I was almost hitting the trigger, but I decided to stay with my discipline and decided not to do so. So right now, what do I think that my market can probably do? So these relative equal highs on Asia high are kind of suspicious. These highs as well. We are in a deep discount already, since we are below midnight open and 8:30 open. If we manage to get above this fair value gap and this end wog and this end dog here, these three structures, I mean, we will probably dig higher and try to purge Asia's high, because the sell side is almost taken. We still have some. And if we lose these, and if we lose 930 open, to the downside, I guess then we will see lower prices today. But I will give the market some time to do its own thing and see what it tends to do. So right now we have our first presented fair value gap here on ES. This is the first presented fair value gap here. $933, yeah, it is. As you can see here, we delivered to the end dog, but we quite rejected it. We are inverting the first presented fair value gap as well, losing 930 as well. Meanwhile, NQ, let me just check what NQ is doing. Yeah, NQ just formed. We have no first presented fair value gap on NQ. We are forming one now. So I will wait. Hey Gorilla, what's up? Everything's okay? Hope you're doing well, brother. Yeah, you want too long today. Well, I guess these highs, Asia high, is kind of suspicious for me, because these are relative equal highs. We kind of took the sell side already. We still have Tuesday's low. But yeah, I would consider longs if we manage to get above the first presented fair value gap. And as soon as we manage to come above these structures here, and this bearish fair value gap here, and eventually the end dog in the end wall. So it's quite acceptable, but honestly, I will give the market some time to see if it wants to dig lower, because we still have, NQ still has some sell side below to purge, and I want to see what price wants to do first. Well, I don't know if you heard at the beginning of the stream. I said I apologize to you guys, because yesterday the stream ended quite suddenly without any notice, and that's due to a storm that we are facing here in Portugal. We are under strong winds and heavy rain for the last, I don't know, 48 hours. So that's why the internet connection got weak and unstable, and that's why it got lost, and that's why the stream just ended without further notice, but without any prior notice, I mean. Yes, you are watching Asia highs today on NQ. Yeah. let's see if we got some strong displacement to the upside. So far we are rejecting 930 open and the first presented for value gap. Not good for longs right now, but we will see. I can see that happening, honestly, since we managed to do this yesterday. I can see it happening as well. We will have to give the market some time right now. Note that we have a bearish for value gap as well on the 15-minute, a big one, which is still open. It can act as a breakaway gap, a bearish breakaway gap, delivering price to the downside as well if it stays open. So that's why I'm just waiting. So far nothing. This is just a ping pong. Price just zigzagging, kind of indecisive, since we already took sell side before the 930 open. Once again, we are facing here the end dog, facing it as a resistance. Back to the first presented for value gap. And price seems to be stuck here right now. There we go. Some kind of displacement. I want to see price reaction at the 15-minute for value gap, the bearish one. If it shows some strength to the upside and we displace to the upside here, I guess we are primed to visit eventually Asia highs, or at least these highs here, London high, and this end dog here as well. So far, we're testing the end dog once again. It is acceptable to price come down below. We're testing once again the first presented value gap. But if we manage to come below it, I will probably take my hands off the trigger and wait for something. Well, in Q, let me just check in Q here. Yeah, in Q is retesting that fair value gap as well. Structurally, we have some kind of a breaker here where you can see price came down, up, down once again, and then boom to the upside. So this is some kind of a bullish breaker here as well. Yeah, this was a good reaction here. Retesting once again, touching 930. Yeah, I didn't enter here, but I wish I had to. I had. Let me see if we get another if we get another retrace. Another red candle here. But honestly, I'm not liking how ES is stuck here. And Q managed to do another high. ES not. It's kind of risky because we are right above a 15-minute bearish for value gap as well. We are here since 9:40. It's 9:50 right now. So we are entering the macro, the first macro, 9:50 to 10:10. Seems like in Q, it's the strongest, since it managed to do another high. ES is kind of stuck here. Yeah, NQ doing a better job than ES. ES not showing some willingness to get above this right now. I would be very discomfortable if I would have bought here. Yeah. We'll just recess and see what it wants to do right now, if it wants lower prices or not. Price just didn't show me the strength that it needed to come above this values here, and now it is displacing to the downside. If I had opened any one position, I would probably get stopped out here. Meanwhile, NQ managed to touch the 15-minute for value gap, the bearish one, but it came back below it. ES trying to do a second charge here. But honestly, I'm not liking how it's behaving here, so I will give it some more time. It should start to move soon, probably, because we are hitting 10 a.m. NQ also charging back. Yeah, but the market is quite indecisive today, honestly. I'm glad I didn't open anything by now. I don't know if you guys already opened anything. Would like to know it. Did you guys open anything today? Gorilla, did you open any long position? Because this move right here was quite enticing when we displaced above the first presented for value gap, but honestly it didn't got any follow through. It retested it, and here when price was here, I wish I had opened anything, but honestly I would have been stopped out probably, because I would have put my stop right below this candle here. If I wouldn't have been stopped out, I would be quite near it. So NQ is definitely the strongest, the stronger sister. But ES is having a hard time facing that bearish fair value gap. I would like to see some kind of displacement to the upside here, and then a retest. Because if ES does something like this, then I will probably not engage with it. I would like to see something like this. Yeah, NQ just reverted a 1 minute fair value gap. One of the fair value gaps on the left. I guess that's the, yeah. NQ just is working this fair value gap, and ES is just below it. Not offering as much confidence here. NQ is facing a major resistance here. It's facing this this fair value gap right here. here is my 10 a.m. alarm. So we should expect something in between 9:50 and 10:10, but honestly nothing here. And yes, going once again to the first presented fair value gap, trying to work it. Just confirming that we are very indecisive about what price wants to do. I would say that if we close below first presented fair value gap with some kind of displacement, I guess the bullish narrative will eventually not take place, and we might consider lower prices here. So far, 9:30 open is the major support on price. Note how we touch this fair value gap and this dog here, and as soon as we touch the fair value gap, we came down. Not displacing, I can say that this is displacement, but was a good move to the downside. And right now we just have the first presented fair value gap and 9:30 open as support. If we take a look at the fib of the implied Fibonacci, we can see that we left the -4 standard deviation open. We managed to go through, I will say that this is 3.5, and we retraced in a high resistance way until 1.5, which is as acceptable as a retrace. I would like to see a retrace a bit higher, maybe until -1. I mean, let me just check here. Yeah, but we did almost 50% of the down leg. So the bullish scenario here is being slowly invalidated. Are you already long, Gorilla? No, I didn't long. I was almost longing, but as soon as I saw that ES hadn't the strength that NQ was showing, I didn't long. Where do you have your stop loss? Tell me, where do you have your stop loss? I mean, NQ seems to be the strongest one here. ES is not doing what I wanted to see. and dog rejected here as well. So if we reject 930 and the first presented for value gap, I mean, I guess we can see we can eventually go lower here. There is no strength from ES. There is only rejections. We respected this bearish for value gap here. No bullish PD arrays are being respected. The only one that is being respected so far is the first presented for value gap, but I don't see that being respected for much more time. There we go. Let's see if we can get a close below first presented for value gap. Or if price is just wicking here. But honestly, I really would like to see some weakness on NQ, and I'm not seeing it. Kind of boring, this price action, honestly. The best deliver was right at 8:30 open. I was observing the market, and honestly, I had my hand on the trigger, but I decided to stay disciplined and decided not to engage with the market prior to 9:30. There we go. There is a closure below the first presented for value gap. See if we can get pegged in here. We inverted this fair value gap as well here, the bullish one. So I really would like to see a displacement taking these two lows here. Let's see if we can get those. Price retesting once again this fair value gap here. I would like to see it stay below it. Otherwise, we might revisit this area right here where I have my stop. Yeah, not liking how price is digging higher here. This is kind of a high resistance run, probably. NQ is pushing higher as well. Price retesting on 930 open once again. Yeah, at this point I think I will get stopped out. Price is not showing what I wanted it to show. Yeah, it is digging higher here. NQ as well. And I will get stopped out here. Let's see if we can go below, or if we stay right above here. Yeah, so far 9:30 open is holding. Let's see if we can go lower here. Otherwise, I will have to cut this. Yeah, got stopped out here. Market not showing its hand. Kind of a hard read today. Since 9:30 we have done nothing. So let's see and wait when the market has to offer us. So as soon as I saw the price wasn't willing to close below this, I had a feeling that we would go back to the range and do its own thing once again. NQ is pushing higher, and I guess ES will follow. But honestly, there's no displacement, there's nothing here that we can work with. Boring action until, and it's 10:30 almost. Price supporting once again at 9:30 open, and at the first presented for value gap. And it's quite inverting here. NQ is definitely the strongest. Let's see if we can get some kind of a displacement here on ES. There we go. So let me see if we can target. So 975. We'll try this long here. I guess price, the first narrative might be probably the one that it's correct. This might be some kind of time distortion here. So right now, since NQ is heading higher with displacement, I would like to see the same on ES. I would like to see the ES go through this invert this for value gap. Let's see if we can manage to respect this for value gap here. And just restart my camera once again. I don't know why why this keeps happening, but there we go. Yeah, today my camera is not working with me. Well, let's see if we can get a run to the upside now. I don't like how price is stuck once again here right below this fair value gap. NQ managed to invert it, but ES is stuck once again. The 15-minute, we are right at the bottom of the bearish 15 minutes for value gap, which is kind of tricky. ES might not have the strength to push through it. And we didn't manage to close. We just wicked here. New 15-minute candle just opened, and it's giving us lower prices first. NQ back to that 1 minute for value gap, the bearish one. Let's see if we manage to close above this fair value gap. Otherwise, price might come back and maybe target our stop. Yeah, so far we have a boring morning. Nothing clear here. Price is just zigzagging and giving us nothing. And Q not willing to proceed higher here. It's just, let me just check the 15-minute. It's just right below the midpoint of the bearish fair value gap. I would like to see some strength to the upside here. Otherwise, I think that we will continue consolidating here. ES just working the lower band of the bearish fair value gap. Not even willing to go inside of it. And so far we are 10 minutes in this range here, which honestly is not a good sign. Price should shoot to the upside here. So far a very boring morning. The action was at 8:30, where price seeked for sell side liquidity as Wednesday's low and eventually Tuesday's low. And so far we are just consolidating. Price is just consolidating after this down leg here. Not willing to cross above the 50% of the down leg. And now once again coming back to the range. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, so far ES is going back to the range. I guess my stop loss will be in danger once again. EQ is also working inside the range again. Not an easy morning for sure. You're honestly not liking this. Price is doing nothing, and now we'll probably get stopped out once again. Let's see if 930 holds price. If not, I will have to end my session here. So at this point, I think I will have to get this off. Price not doing what we want to see. is just mumbling around, back and forth, back and forth. So far we managed to support here at 930 open. But I really would like to see some kind of a displacement to the upside here. And it's not happening. Yeah, price is just doing lower highs here. It touched the fair value gap, the end dog, and it's now trying to reach higher, but I see no strength on it in it. Let's see if ES wants to push a little bit higher here. Wicking once again. NQ not showing us any strength too. I really would like to see a closure, not a wick, a candle which with a full body close, not a wick. NQ is pushing a bit higher now. So this Zen dog and this Zen walk are quite a resistance for ES, as well as this inverted fair value gap. I would like to see some strength to the upside, deliver it. It would show us an intention to go to the upside, but price is only wicking, as you can see here. On the 15-minute chart, we can see that ES is approaching the 15-minute bearish fair value gap, which has some confluence with this minor 1-minute fair value gap here. And what I would like to see is some kind of a displacement to the upside, inverting this fair value gap here. On NQ, we are just getting its midpoint. I would like to see ES pushing higher here, and it's just wicking. It's just forming some wicks, and it's going back to the range once again. NQ is also going lower. Let's see if we can face some support here from this fair value gap and this end dog that we have here. This gray area is a tiny end dog. We have a bigger one right above us. We are approaching 11 a.m. as well. Yeah, very boring market today, honestly. It was a shame that I took this short here today. But I was eventually expecting these lows when price came below 930 open and the first presented for value gap. It didn't deliver and I took a loss. Then I tried a long here when price dig higher, but honestly, it's kind of stuck because we are right below a 15-minute bearish for value gap. NQ is working inside of that for value gap, but ES is not managing to get inside of it. I really would like to see it get inside and work inside of it, at least at the midpoint. That would eventually mitigate my losses and my loss. But it's kind of a hard morning today. Unfortunately, it's a Friday morning. It's a Friday. Going home on a Friday with a loss, it's always tricky for your mental state and for your mental state. Yeah, but it is what it is. Let's see if ES can push higher here. Really would like to see a push to the upside, at least to the midpoint of the bearish for value gap, the 15-minute for value gap. And my camera is getting very boring. I don't know what to do with it. It's always shutting itself off. And I don't know why. Yeah, we are back. So price managed to displace to the upside now. We are inside of a macro. So let's see if we can eventually manage to seek some more liquidity here. We have a bullish for value gap, a hourly bullish for value gap that was inverted here. So at this point, I will probably have to take some partials. ES is inside the 15-minute bearish for value gap. It's working its way at the midpoint. And Q on its hand, it's almost at the top of it. Since we are at the midpoint, I think I will mitigate my losses and sell at least 3 contracts. my stops to break even and let it run if it wants to run. Kind of a tough morning today. I'm glad I'm glad I put the stop loss right below 930. Otherwise, I would have been stopped out right here. So I'm glad about it. I could have positioned myself with the stop loss right below this order block here, but since wicks do the damage, I positioned myself here below 930 open. A perfect scenario would be eventually Asia highs here. I think I will not stretch it to Asia highs since we are on a Friday. I will be content if price comes here, and I will it's the alarm of 11 o'clock, and I will eventually end my trading session if we manage to come here. Midnight open would be also an interesting profit target here, and I will eventually here draw some. Let me just draw here. Yeah, midnight open would be interesting since we are at -2 standard deviation. Let me see here if there's some confluence or not. Yeah, it has a bit of confluence here since it is near -1.5 standard deviation as well. And let me check here because this was the last down leg here. Yeah, I think this one right here would be a low-hanging fruit target, and we could eventually stretch our targets to midnight open or eventually even Asia's high. So at this point, I will let it run. Took some partials already. Have my stop at break even. This was quite a mess here, and honestly, I was liquidity for this short move here. Let's see how price behaves as soon as it hits 830 open. It can be a resistance as well. I think I will probably secure my break even, which is $56, which is here. I guess I'm not sure if I'm secured here, but I will see. Because it's kind of set acceptable to price come back here, retest the Zen dogs, and eventually retest this fair value gap, do some damage with some wicks here. but we will see. Let me check in Q. This is 1050 macro, so I guess we still have some fuel in the tank. 7 minutes more, which would push price a little bit higher. NQ managed to go above the bearish fair value gap, the 15 minute. ES is still working inside of it. This was the fair value gap that was inverted with the 830 open, a bullish one, a 1 hour fair value gap. So I really would like to see this get inverted once again and not serve as a resistance, which is what's happening right now. So this is not the ideal scenario, but I will give the market some room to breathe. I've put my stop loss here just to manage my break even. If price wants to retrace, I will not allow it to take me any money. Since I am still in a drawdown, I will secure my break even with this stop loss here. Well, I'm glad I just managed to not close my position here, as I was seeing that 930 open was serving as a support and the first presented fair value gap as well. My stop loss was right below those two PD arrays, if we can call them. 930 open is not a PD array, but the first presented fair value gap is. So I just managed to put it right below it, and I'm glad I did it. Otherwise, I would have been stopped out in this down leg, this aggressive down leg. Let me just check here about the OTE levels of this down leg here. Yeah, we almost did 62% in a retrace. Well, so far, this retrace here has some confluence with the touch on the midpoint of the 15-minute bearish fair value gap. I expect price now to run a bit higher. So for those who are watching and we're not here in the first minutes of the NY session, I took a loss here. My first narrative was eventually buy-side liquidity, but since I saw that ES was not showing any strength to the upside, was not willing to retest the bearish 15-minute fair value gap, and was losing 930 open and the first presented fair value gap, I entered a short position trying to seek for Tuesday's low and eventually ending this down move to minus 4 standard deviation, and eventually a touch on this gray area that I have here, which is a end dog. I was wrong, and this was just a consolidation because my first narrative was right. Price would seek buy side liquidity, and I can see that price will probably, I think that this one here will be the low hanging fruit, and we can eventually see London highs, which has some confluence with the next end dog here, and it is right below it. It's right above midnight open, so midnight open would be a nice area to take as a target. But as an ultimate target, I would eventually go for Asia highs, which are too clean for me, and they also have some kind of confluence because they are resting right above the -4 standard deviation on the projection. So right now, price is still, ES is still inside of a bearish 15-minute fair value gap. NQ just managed to break above it. It's retesting its upper band, and we are also retesting a bullish fair value gap on the hourly that was inverted at 830 with this down leg move. So this is an inverted fair value gap. We are retesting it, and I really would like to see some kind of displacement to the upside, inverting it once again to its natural state, to its bullish state, and eventually that displacement coming above 830 open. This would be an ideal scenario. We are closing the macro hour. Yeah, we did already. So the macro stands for 1052 1110. I thought we had some steam still, and I would like to see some movement to the upside. But honestly, looking at NQ, I think we will probably retrace lower first before going to the upside. My stop loss is here just to cover my losses. If price comes down here, I will not give the chance to the markets to take me any more money. So it's just cover the losses that I had. If it gets hit, well, it is what it is. If not, then I will try to seek for at least this target here. Yeah, price is displacing to the downside, and I will probably get stopped out here. That's a shame, but it is what it is. It's better to go to a weekend with no losses and no profits than go into a weekend with a loss. So that's it. Break even once again. This was once again a harsh retrace. Yeah, this is a very harsh retrace here. And I guess we will eventually go lower because we are completely rejecting completely the bearish fair value gap. Not quite on in Q, but I don't know. Let's see. If we manage to get above once again, we might probably go to the upside. But this was a harsh retrace once again. Let me just check here. Yeah, 60% once again OTE levels. Yo, Gorilla. So 3% up. That's good. That's good. That's good, brother. Congratulations. Damn, you're welcome. You don't have to thank me. You did well. You did better than me. You did way better than me, brother. Yeah. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. 10-11 candle, which is 10-11 candle, 10-11 candle. So you longed where I shorted. Good, brother. So you played like a turtle soup, right? Kind of. Yeah. Let me just check 10-11 candle. I see. I see. Yeah. yeah, that was the point where I saw that, okay, we have a bullish fair value gap on NQ, and I will probably get stopped out. Yeah, you did well, brother. Congratulations. You opened right at the retest of that fair value gap. Yeah, you did very well. I'm glad you did very well. Yeah, it was, NQ was way clearer than ES. It was. Well, you can go to your weekend and enjoy your profits, right? You will not do anything more today, I think. I really was expecting a higher target, honestly, but I guess we are retracing, or eventually going lower, because we have a lot of liquidity from those who were buying all this time. Well, enjoy your weekend, brother. Enjoy your weekend, and don't forget to push the like button. It helps a lot. And for those who are watching, don't forget to push the like button as well. It helps a lot to create a community here. Community full of transparency. As you can see, I have my balance. I have everything in the sake of transparency. So don't forget to like or even to subscribe. Subscribe would be awesome as well. So for now, I think that there is nothing that I can do right now. We are back inside the range. Only thing that I would consider is a displacement to the upside, which I don't think it will happen, since we are kind of engulfing the last 15-minute candle, bullish one. But if we get a push to the upside once again, I still think that we have a higher target here, probably until Asia highs. But we don't know. We are approaching we are 2 hours in on this stream, and I don't want to push it further than 2 hours. So at least we managed to mitigate our losses. It was a 1-hour loss, and did it back. Unfortunately, we got subbed out here when I tried to protect myself from not losing any money if this wants to go to the downside, which I'm seeing right now. Honestly, I'm seeing this going back to this range. Yeah, ES is losing the bearish 15-minute fair value gap. NQ as well. NQ almost managed to close above it, but it didn't. And ES managed to close above the midpoint of it, but lost it immediately in the next 15-minute candle. So we are now disrespecting bullish PD arrays, respecting once again bearish ones. We rejected the inversion of this big fair value gap here on ES. There goes my camera once again. I don't know. I just turned the auto switch off, but it keeps going off, and I don't know why. Yeah, ES is digging lower here. Let's see if we lose this as support or not. I guess we will lose this. There's there is pouring rain right now, heavy rain. I don't know if you know about it, but here in Portugal we are facing some kind of a storm for the last, I don't know, 48 hours. It's not quite usual here in Portugal, but we are facing it, and it's pouring rain outside. It's heavy rain right now. I don't know if you can hear it or not. Probably not. But we had strong winds as well last night, and that's why my stream was cut off yesterday. It was suddenly cut off because the internet connection just went off. So we lost internet connection yesterday. That's why my stream was suddenly off. But yeah, last 48 hours here in Portugal have been rough. A lot of rain, strong winds. It's not usual. It's not usual here in Portugal, but it's becoming a thing that happens quite regularly. But I guess we just have to deal with it. If you guys are from Europe as well, those who are watching here the stream, I know there's some Portuguese guys here as well, some Danish too, but I would like to know where you guys from. It's always interesting to see that we are interacting with somebody from the other side of the world, or from the other side of, I don't know, from the other side of the country, or eventually from the continent, you know. It's always kind of interesting. So right now we managed to come to this level of support. It was our initial support, and let's see if we manage to go back above, or if we stay below it and dig lower here. I will probably not interact with the markets anymore today, because I have the rule that I should end at 11. My trade should end at 11. But honestly, it's quite enticing right now. But I would like to see a bit more here, because we lost the bearish fair value gap, the 15-minute bearish fair value gap on ES. We were working the midpoint of it, and we lost it completely. Coming back below it, we are trying to re-enter it right now. So I would like to see some big displacement to the upside, or eventually some willing to cross once again this area here, because this is a very congested area. I will just take this off. And this as well. This was a pre-830. That was because of the pre-830 move. Yeah, this as I was saying, this is a pretty congested area here, because we have an end wall, we have an end dog, we have a bearish 15-minute fair value gap, we have also this big under 1 minute, and honestly, it's really a pain for ES to come through it. we tried to go above it since 940. Then we came back below. We tried here once again. We were wicking here a lot, and we momentarily we dig higher. That's where I took my partial. And as soon as we faced once again a hourly per value gap here, we just came down once again, rejecting it once again. So that's why I need to see a bit more here. So far, this is not good if we want a higher move on ES. Yeah, on the 1 hour, we are also rejecting a bearish for value gap once again. And back to the boring action, which is typical after 11. After 11, usually two things happen: or we consolidate or we invert movement that we have been doing since 9:30. So I guess that's what it is doing right now. I think I will wait 4 minutes more just to see how the 15-minute candle will close, and to give some time to see if it wants to fill a 15-minute candle or if it wants to wick it. Because right now price is already it's doing the same thing that it was doing here. It's doing nothing. If we manage to close below this fair value gap and rejecting this envelope, I think we will see lower prices. There we go, we are displacing down below. Just let me yeah, we can invert this. Back to 930. So something like this should work. We are losing the first presented fair value gap as well, 930 as well. So let's see. See if we can get some non-closed candles, or if we manage to go above it. We are retesting this inverted fair value gap here, the end dog as well. Yeah, I didn't like how we managed to support here at 9:30. Should have waited a bit more. Yeah, not liking it. Not liking this at all. At this point, I would like to see price stop ticking higher, and would like to see it come back below. Just give me a minute, I will be right back. Yeah, I guess this is not working the way I would like to. Price is trying to dig higher here. I think I will close this for a minor loss. I'm not liking how price is digging higher and higher. I would like to see a rejection of this point. Yeah, this is what I would like to see. I'm not liking how this is behaving right now, so yeah, not liking this price action at all. Price just wicked down below 930 and just gave me no opportunity to do anything, and is now just pushing back and forth. well, we'll have to cut it off. This doesn't make sense. Yeah, we'll have to accept this loss and call it a week, because I don't think that price will do what I want it to initially do. Just mumbling around here, back and forth, back and forth. Well, so we are still respecting the inverted fair value gap and the end dog, but honestly, it's not good, giving me good vibes. I would like to see some kind of a displacement to the downside. If it doesn't give me what I want in the next minute, I think I will close this position. Yeah. I just need to push to the downside just to believe at least in this position. But yeah. There we go. I'm not willing to wait for more. This is behaving in a strange way, so I will not give any chance to mess with me. It's just waking here. It's Friday. We are approaching a lunch hour. We are in a lunch hour already, so job is done here. I'm not willing to give the market any of my time. It's doing weird stuff right now, so I just close whatever the market is doing, and I will just leave it there. Well, for those who are here still watching, I think I will end it here. I still believe we will go lower right now because we are below a bearish fair value gap on a 15-minute. My initial target of this long here was midnight open, but unfortunately we didn't manage to do so. So right now I will just observe what it wants to do. As of now, we are respecting this inverted fair value gap and this little end dog. But as you can see, price is wicking a lot here on these levels, and 930 open is acting as a support. So we can still do something like this, and I'm not willing to participate on it right now. I really would like to see these relative equal lows here and Tuesday low, which is still intact, be hidden. But price is behaving strangely. So in fact, it was all morning like this. We just had a one leg opportunity here in this market, and we took it. We managed to come off of the drawdown that I put myself in here, taking a short. But yeah, we didn't have a chance to do anything more here, so I'm content with enough. It's almost a break-even number. Yeah, it is $47, but it is what it is. The majority of the move was right before 9:30 at the 8:30 open, and unfortunately I didn't took it. I was respecting my rules to not engage with the market on a previous open, on a prior to 9:30 open, and I was just observing this, honestly. But yeah, so for those who are intending to work with something, I guess if we can get above these structures here, the end dog, the end wall, and the fair value gap, this bearish one, I mean, I would look for Asia high as my draw liquidity, or even or at least London high. these eyes here are enticing as well. So they could work very good as well. If we manage to stay below it, then we will probably go lower here and try to purge at least the Tuesday low. But I don't know. Honestly, I don't know right now. And that's the reason why I will end the stream and will take the hand of the trigger. And see you next Monday. So for those who are watching, don't forget to give it a like. It helps a lot. It helps a lot to with the engagement and to give some visibility to my channel. And yeah, hope to see you next Monday. Hope you have a great weekend and enjoy.